Right, so here we are. We're looking at our bank account class. I don't think we've fleshed it out yet, but maybe we do some of that today if you haven't done so already. But typically with the bank account class, you need to somehow show or set the initial balance of the bank account. And the best place to do that really would be in a constructor for a bank account. Now we already have a constructor, one that is like a default constructor. So you have to construct it, and then what you have to do is you have to then you have to go and call set balance, or actually you have to deposit money. So you call deposit. And that's a two-step process. Say we want to kind of streamline this a little bit. How might we go about doing that? So for example, say you want to add an account number to our bank account class. So I think we've done the one with the initial balance, but now typically each bank account has a unique account number. It grabs it from maybe a server somewhere at the bank, and now you use that to create a database entry that has the bank account in it. So what we'd like is to have a form of the constructor that looks like this. You have public. Notice down on a constructor there's no return type. Then the class name. So you put the class's name, and then in parentheses you put the parameters that you want to go into the constructor. So these are called construction parameters. First one is an integer, it's an account number. Second one is a double, which is the initial balance. So we're trying to add this new account number right there. So if you're going to create this class, what would the documentation look for this class? No, JavaDoc is looking for a slash and 2 stars. Once it sees that, it goes through the comment and tries to pull out information about this new constructor. So here, the first line of the JavaDoc is the description of the method. In this case, it's a constructor. It takes 2 parameters. The first parameter is the account number. Second parameter is the initial balance. So if we could right now go out to your bank account class and add this constructor and then add this JavaDoc comment. And I'm going to do the same as well. How should I do this? So I'll leave this up so you can get it into your code. So open up your bank account class and put it in there. This will be the start of the next assignment. So I'm doing this on my own on this computer back here. So don't be waiting for me. You should be implementing this at this time. Is that too small for some? Let me all right, so now we have the construction header and the comment, but we don't have an implementation yet. Implementation again means the code for this method or for this constructor. So what's questionable about this comment? It says each account has an account number. It returns the account number for this account. Why would that be a problem? Probably this description. Let's see what it says. The first sentence of the method description should describe the method. It is displayed in isolation in the summary table. So it would have been better to say this goes out and obtains the account number for this account. Something like that. It needs to describe what the method's going to do. Okay, so now we have to implement these constructors. We have this new one, which we're going to expand on this a little bit. We have a constructor that takes no parameters. This is a default constructor. It starts with a 0 balance. We have this next one which has the initial balance in, but we've also added the account number as well. So with the addition of the account number, we need to add these constructors to our class that we're writing. Okay, so let's go into that. I'm going to I'll save my work here and then I'll switch to the other one. So going into the project. Here we are. So here's my bank account class. I'm going to, pretty wide. Yeah, I want to see. Okay, so here's our code. Here's our first one. It says initial balance. We're changing that so we include a account number as well. So we're just adding that. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to create an account that doesn't have an initial account number, but sometimes you need to do that when you have a whole set of bank accounts you're creating at the same time. So we're going to leave that one there, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense. Here's the new one. And again, this has the Java.comments in place. It's complaining why. I guess I already have that up here. So we're going to delete this then, because I already have it down below. Let me make sure it's spelled right. So it constructs a new bank account with a given initial balance. The parameters are here, the account number and the initial balance. But we have a problem in the implementation. We've added this new concept of an account number, but we don't have a place to store it. Nor do we have a balance either. So we kind of have to add those two methods, or those two instance variables to our class. Now in the book they typically list those first. I think that's a bad idea, because these are things you don't want people from the outside to mess with. So I tend to put them at the bottom. So the last thing in your class should be your private instance variables. So you would say private int account number. So there's one of them. And then private double balance. Okay. Now it complains here as soon as we put them in saying you're not using them, and the answer is, yeah, I know that because I just put them in. I haven't used them yet. Now the question is, do you put Java.comments on these private instance variables? And the answer is no. Why is that? Well, Java.doc is used to comment the public interface. These are private. So they don't require any comments, at least Java.comments. You might, you could say, you could say that. So this section is for where we put all the private instance variables. And again, I list them last, so nobody messes with them or worries about them. So now that we have a balance field, we can go and replace this temporary code. Instead of returning 0, 0, we can just return the balance. We take off our temp comment because now this is the actual method. And it's got a body now. We have a get balance method. We have withdraw. We have deposit. We have the two forms of the constructor and two instance variables. The thing we're going to need for the account number is an accessor and a mutator for the account number. So I'm going to stop here and let you fill in the rest of this. What I do is try to do it on your own. If you need help from the book, then you can go to your book and fill it out. But for the first try on this, you might see if you can flesh out these methods, given now that you know what it needs to return, what the names of the methods are, and what's needed for the instance variables. So again, for account number, add an accessor and a mutator. Withdraw, I'll let you come up with a formula. Deposit as well. We'll see how well you do, and we'll come back to this. I'm going to give you about 15 minutes to see if you can implement the body of the methods and the constructors, and then we'll come back to this to see how you did.